This meeting.
Hi Madhur, hi Nazmuddin. How are you?
हेलो।
सब सब ठीक है अच्छा पे आप कैसे हो?
हाँ बढ़िया बढ़िया गुड। और कैसे चल रहा वीकेंड? स्टार्ट हो गया है?
वीकेंड स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ शायद मुझे वीकेंड पूरा हो गया था।
अच्छा अच्छा, हो गया। अच्छा ऑलरेडी हो गया।
हम्म,
ठीक है। हम लोग लास्ट टाइम वी हैव सीन this querying a relational data model, right? So if you have done querying, you can showcase it so that if we have any questions, we can go through it.
हाँ क्वेश्चंस तो कुछ भी नहीं शायद भाई, लेकिन मैं किया था मैंने सीक्वल सर्वर पे सब ठीक चल रहा
Okay. Okay. Madhur, do you have any questions? We can go ahead.
नो शायद नो क्वेश्चंस, एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर। लाइक सारी चीजें उस दिन हैंड्स ऑन करके हो थी, ऐसे कुछ मेजर डाउट तो नहीं है।
अच्छा ठीक है। ओके, so now I'm giving this script. So this will define how we design this dimensional data model in our database. So let me share the script in the chat here. Okay. Okay, Nazmuddin, if you have your laptop open, you can share your screen and you can run the script. We'll go through the script.
ओके श्योर, लेट मी शेयर माय स्क्रीन। कैन यू एबल टू सी माय स्क्रीन शायद भाई?
Yeah, I can see it.
ओके
Yes.
वेट अ मिनट, आई विल कॉपी दिस मैसेज। ओके सो वेयर आई नीड टू is
Okay, open your SQL database instance, SQL Server.
SQL Server?
Yeah.
Okay, this is SQL Server शायद भाई।
Okay. Okay. Go to new query and paste these queries here. Okay. Fine.
Okay,
Okay. So last time we have seen how
this
to.
auto increment
Yeah. So yeah, last time we have seen the queries, right? That
yes
was
sure.
that we created for relational data modeling. So it included very strict rules for inserting data. But here, how we design dimensional data model is, you see this, all these table, a dim customer, dim product,
Mm-hmm.
and mm, if you scroll down, we'll see
Facts
all
table.
the dimension tables. They're all the dimension table, and there is only one fact table. You see here,
Yes sure.
okay?
That's sure.
So this is fact. This is fact table. So you can notice here, fact table has all the ID values of dimension tables. So like order ID, customer ID, product
Sure.
ID. So if you scroll up, you can see that
Yes.
product ID, customer ID, and
Yes.
payment ID, shipment ID, order ID.
Yes, sure.
So the primary keys of all the dimension tables will be in the fact table, right? So this is
Okay.
how we write in hands-on. Like when we do a hands-on, this is how we create the dimension and fact tables. We can see fact table. We are picking up all the ID values of dimension tables plus any measurable values like quantity is measurable, price, total amount, payment ID. Then we are linking these uh, IDs to dimension tables. So we are saying all these are foreign keys. So we are keeping
Yes.
only the foreign keys in the fact table. And one more thing you can do. So remove this auto increment from
I will remove that
order
shot by
ID. I don't know. I'm not talking about auto increment. Actually,
auto.
creating an ID. So for fact, yeah, remove that statement completely and remove primary key also from there.
Okay, wait a minute. I will.
Okay, you are modifying it. Okay, we can modify it.
Okay, then shall. Okay, I need to remove primary key in this field.
Yeah, in that field, remove primary key as well as identity completely.
Okay.
Remove identity also. Okay.
Okay.
Now, um, okay. So here, what we will do, instead of just making order ID as a primary key, we'll create another column in the top before order ID.
Okay.
Before order ID, we'll create another field. Okay. Uh, fact. Say fact underscore order ID. Something I'm giving a dummy name underscore ID.
Okay.
So this will be combination of your unique like order ID, customer ID, product ID, and
Okay.
payment and shipment ID. So that will be this first column will define the uniqueness of complete fact table.
Okay.
So either we can design this way or we can just use order ID, customer ID, and will not define any primary key. So that
Okay.
way also we can design our fact table. Okay.
Okay.
So you can execute these statements here. Okay. So this is customer dimension table. This is product dimension table, and
Okay.
this is payment dimension table.
Okay. This thing is not working here,
Yeah,
Rashad bhai.
remove that in if it's not working, remove from SQL. So, yeah, get date you can use. Yeah,
Timestamp also not working, Rashad bhai.
date. Okay, date you can. Okay, do one thing. Remove the first field. Just comment it out. I was saying for an explanation. First field
Okay.
you can remove it and execute it completely.
Completed, Rashad bhai.
Okay. Now we
I
are
insert the
inserting a
values.
sample data. So we are inserting sample data into these. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is this is our star schema. So if you say hands-on, we have created a star schema. So when we create dimension tables and fact tables, then we say we have created a star schema.
Steps.
So in other words, you have created a small data warehouse. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay,
Okay.
shared by all data inset and successfully.
Okay. Now,
Okay. Here in fact we're taking order ID as null values. Okay, let me wait. We have removed the auto increment feature, right? That's why it's taking order ID as null values.
okay. So we don't have order table here. We don't have. Can you check? We don't have
Facts.
order dimension.
No, Shad bhai. We do that. Remove the auto increment, right? That's why it's showing null.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
drop and
Okay. No problem. Okay. You can
we will
drop and recreate it
drop and
with identity. Don't make primary key. Just say ident. Okay. Identity for identity, we need to use primary. Okay. Use primary
let
key
me check.
also because identity will increment the values.
Okay, done. Once. Done, Shad bhai. It's working now.
Okay. So if you do all these, like create dimension tables and fact table, that means you have created a star schema
No.
and it's a data warehouse. So in terms, we'll call data warehouse or a data
Okay.
mart also you can call. So mart is a subjective. Like for example, you're in here we created this dimension and fact tables for just for orders, right? So here we
Yes.
can say this is a data mart. So if we remove orders from the picture, if we are creating a data warehouse for our complete all the data of the organization, then it's a data warehouse.
Okay.
Okay. So data mart will be a subset of data warehouse
Okay,
and
Shad.
it's a subjective. So it's like orders only if you are just creating dimension fact tables for orders, it's a orders and um, data mart. If you are creating fact and dimension tables for invoices, then it's a
Okay.
invoice data mart. If you are
Okay.
doing just for uh, billing or contracts, then that is a contracts data mart. So combination of multiple star schemas, if you combine together, that is a data warehouse.
Data warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Let me
me okay. Now, so far we have seen these term subjects. Now, I will ask few questions. Let's see uh, how quickly or how good you're in answering. Okay. So anyone can answer.
Okay.
So what is the difference between relational data model and dimensional data model?
In relational data model, the database organized in a way that suggests tables in like that tables in table consists of rows and columns. In dimensional data model, the data is organized in that way in such way that like two type two types are different like dimension tables and fact tables. Fact tables usually consist of values like a quantity to data, and dimension tables are consist of a context of a fact table, and these are linked in a such a way that like it looks like a star structure. So it is called a star scheme. That's it.
And relational database is mostly used to like read or write, but dimensional data models can be used for data warehousing.
Okay. Nazmuddin, you can stop sharing. So, okay. So I got the answers, but I didn't get the very important part of both of them, relational data model and dimensional data.
Relational data model is used in OLTP online transaction processing, and dimensional data model is used in data warehouse. In relational
Okay.
data model, we use normalization techniques.
Yeah.
We in dimensional data model, we use a denormalization technique.
Yeah. This is the main crux of relational data model. It has to be normalization uh, in format, and dimensional data model it will be in a denormalization format. So we use denormalization technique. We can say technique. Okay. So in denormalization technique, the star schema is the one of them. Okay. And the snowflake schema is a part of star schema and just extension to star schema.
Okay.
Okay. So what is primary key, foreign key, and surrogate key? Yeah, anyone can answer.
Primary key is basically used to identify a unique value in a database. Uh, like a primary key for any particular row is unique in every table. Secondly, in foreign key, foreign key is used to identify, how should I say it, like connect two different tables. We can connect two different tables with a foreign key. And third is surrogate key. It is basically a unique identifier for a row.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Okay. Nazmuddin Yusuf.
In addition to that, primary key usually unique key, but it does not allow the null values.
Null. Yeah. Right. And it has to be unique across all the rows.
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay. Um, so what else we have? Okay. Okay. So shall I go ahead with this, or you want to know about like data warehouse, how it has evolved over the years? So like touch this topic or just continue with the hands-on?
Like you can tell us the evolution.
Okay, sure. Can you see my whiteboard here? Uh,
Yes.
I'm sharing. Okay, is it visible right now? Okay,
Yes. Yes.
okay. So initially, when data warehousing started, so this star schema and snowflake schema was implemented heavily, and even till now, these concepts are used. Okay, so data warehouse is a bigger. So inside data warehouse, you will have multiple star schemas. You may have multiple star schemas like this. Okay. Mm, next. So right now we created one star schema, right? So that is for orders. Orders. So similarly, we might have other star schemas in the data warehouse. That could be for invoices and other star schema for contract. Okay. So these are all separate. So like each one of them will have their own fact and dimension tables. So this is one way to design this star schema. Mm, okay. Consider this big box as a data warehouse, and these small boxes are data mart. So we'll call it data marts because it's a subjective. So this is, I will write it as data warehouse, and these small boxes are data mart. Okay,
Shraddha, sorry to interrupt you. We are not completely seeing that image. It is showing at corner of.
you're not able to see.
We
You
are not able
can
to.
zoom out yourself the whiteboard, Nazmuddin.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
okay. Sorry. Okay, 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 okay. Shraddha, continue.
are you able to see it now?
Yes, Shraddha, I can able to see. I can able to see now.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Last time also some part of the video was not recorded. So I'm not sure whether this is recording properly or not. Share my screen. Webex. Okay. So this big box is a data warehouse. Okay. So inside this, we will have multiple data marts. Okay. So this is data warehouse. So inside this, we might have multiple star schemas, snowflake schemas like this. Okay, so we might have multiple fact and dimension tables here and here. Okay, so this is a data warehouse. So do you know what is data lake? Do you all know like what is data lake? Okay, so let me go ahead. So for data warehouse to build, it takes a lot of time. So right now we downloaded is Alteryx, right? So similarly, we'll have ETL tools in the middle, so that will load data from your uh, what to say relational database, that is OLTP database, to OLAP database. Okay, so the designing time and all those will take time. And in an organization, you will not have just one OLTP database. You will have files, you will have CRM application, you'll have data coming from so many different places. So in data warehouse, we'll not store data just from OLTP. We might store data from one from database source. Okay, so this is considered this as OLTP. And one from file. Okay, so one will be file source, and one will be CRM application. Okay, I can say uh, some application, CRM application. So in the middle will come ETL tool. So that ETL tool can be your SSIS, data stage, Informatica, or Alteryx. So what are the techniques to load data from all these sources into data warehouse? First, we need to design that queries structure. So we have designed dimension and fact table structure, right? After designing that structure, we need to write our ETL pipelines. So that ETL pipelines we will write in one of those tool, and in that tool we'll say like we'll write all those transformation techniques, like how data should be combining from all these sources, how it should join, and finally write into the data warehouse. Okay, so in the middle we have ETL tool. So now, oh, you might have heard this term data lake, right? So in data lake, what happens is, shall I keep, okay, I'll keep it here only. So consider this is data lake. So here what happens in the data lake is, we don't transform using ETL in the data lake. We move all the raw data here. Okay. Directly we move all the raw data from all sources. So as a so data analyst will mostly connect to this data warehouse. Okay. So will connect mostly to this data warehouse. But now you have this data lake in picture. So what happens here is you have all the raw data, and so how why this data lake came into picture is because the other roles like data science, ML engineering has come into picture, right? So those teams, they don't want our transform data because they might not get full picture. So what they are interested in is they are interested in raw data. So they will have own ways of doing cleaning and ETL. So they will do it through Python, Pandas, NumPy, all those libraries. Okay. So here uh, comes the data scientist role. Okay. So they will connect to this data lake because all the raw data is available. And sometimes the transform data will not be useful to for them to train models and all. So now, uh, since everything is going to cloud and there is a duplication of data, right? So we are doing ETL here and moving the transform data into the data warehouse. Again, we are copying all the raw data and putting into data lake for data scientists and ML engineers. So this is for data analyst and reporting users. So reporting as a reporting users will mostly connect to data warehouse or will create ETL pipelines to extract again from data warehousing and write some reports on top of that to build Tableau visualizations. Okay. And as a data scientist or ML engineer, they will connect to data lake. So now, uh, so what has happened is uh, there is a shift in this architecture. We have moved from data warehouse to data lake house. So I think this might be confusing for you, but why I'm explaining these because nowadays a lot of companies have already moved to it's the same they are building data warehouse into the cloud. But the new tools that have come, they have combined the capabilities of these both data warehouse as well as data lake into one platform. So okay, so here this part data warehouse and data lake. So this part have been combined into one using a new tool. So this is called data lake house. So tools such as new tools such as uh, Databricks or Snowflake or Fabric. So these tools, even underlying, they use database only, and the storage is also same, but the working uh, how does data lake work? How does data lake store is different than how data warehouse stores. So, for example, last week we discussed about acid compliance, right? So database has strong ACID compliance, but data lake doesn't have ACID compliance. So it's like you're storing just files. So consider data lake as storage area where you just pull these sources and put a raw data here. Everything in files, 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 everything will be in files. So you can query the data, but if you want to update data lake, you cannot update it. Like in database, we update, right? Okay. So you cannot update all those things. So there is a wrapper, or we can say data management wrapper built on top of these built in such a way that combines the capabilities of data warehouse as well as data lake so that you connect to one platform at a time. So if you are looking for jobs and you see like if they are asking for data bricks and you have the you should be having the ability to connect to Snowflake, a data warehouse, then you should be aware that you can connect to Snowflake, and you should not be thinking that I don't know this, because underlying it will be SQL database only, like table structure and everything will be same, but how you connect and go into that platform is through a web browser, and inside the web browser you have to connect to those databases with the new platform. So I think I might have confused all of you. So if you have any questions, you can just ask. Hello. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask questions if you have any. If you have understood or you didn't understand, just can tell me.
When it compares to data warehouse, the data analyst can store the data and edit and modify the data. That's what I
Uh,
understood in simple terms.
Sorry, can you come again, Yusuf?
Yeah, so data analysts, they can store the data in data warehouse and they can edit the data, they can modify as well. But when it comes to data lake, they can store the raw data, but they cannot edit there.
Yeah. So this job of storing the data will do ETL developers. Like even building data warehouse we did, right? We saw these scripts like dim product, dim facts. So ETL developers or data integration team, they will do it for us. Okay, they will do it for us. So I'm talking about their its capability. Like data lake, we can write it, but we cannot edit, update data or delete data
Understood.
inside those files. So yeah, as a data analyst, we'll use these, but I'm showing you how to do it because you will have an idea like what is
Yeah.
going on behind the scenes.
Basically, the currently like this machine learning and AI and everything is coming. So maybe that's the reason why you might have know, put this topic on the table so that we will
Yes,
be
yes.
aware.
Yeah, a lot of companies they are moving to cloud data warehouse or one lake house. So I think they are already moved to Snowflake, Databricks. So as a data analyst,
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, we'll wait for others to join back.
Meanwhile, Sharbai,
Yeah.
like I have told, I have missed couple of like I think three classes named like called Nazmuddin and try to cover it up. Uh, but yeah, I covered some of the topics, but still I think I need to have some hands-on experience on SQL. Uh, because how
Okay.
to write the scripts and all. I am kind of like kind of a
Yeah, yeah.
noob
So
or maybe a very
last week we
beginner.
did complete hands-on. Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sure, but we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yusuf, I was saying like last week we did complete hands-on and just did a sample of how to create tables and how to write queries and how to extract data from the tables. So we did hands-on last week. So you can refer that and also gave the scripts like you can execute those scripts after installing a database, and then I have given some exercises. So you can solve one by one. You can solve those exercises one by one.
so
Yeah.
I did connected with Malcolm. Thanks to him, like I came to know some of it, but I still I'm kind of like don't know exactly like how to write the scripts. So I'm learning day by day. So
Yeah, no problem.
I have
No
started
problem. So
again.
you can first install SQL Server. Okay. So Nazmuddin has pasted scripts in WhatsApp group, right? So you can copy those scripts and like open. Okay, I'll quickly share my screen.
Yeah, I did downloaded the SQL server and
You
I
downloaded,
have
right?
copied all the I have copied all the queries that Asmodin shared on the WhatsApp.
Okay.
Uh, just
So
that
where you are stuck?
I'm not able to write the scripts on my own. I just need to
Okay, then
understand
go
that.
through W3C
Yeah,
schools. Okay.
yeah,
Open
that's all.
W3C schools SQL website. Then you can go through one by one and read each and every detail. So generally what we'll do, we'll copy the code and execute. But read each and every detail on that website and copy that code into your SQL Server instance, paste it and execute it, and try all those subjects one by one. W3 schools. Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
Actually,
Okay.
he did give me.
So here
I think he did
it
give me
gave
the
it gives the
W3 server.
interface for you to try it yourself. Okay. So
Yeah, he
here
did give
also
me
you
this
can try it
website.
yourself.
Yeah.
If you run this equal, okay, mm, it gives the data. Then if you want to
Okay.
just select customer ID, it gives only customer ID. Then again go back to star. You can run it. Okay. And then okay, start it from here. So how you do it is you start it from here, beginning. So start reading each and everything. Okay. So you read each and every point that they are saying. So you can execute here, like try it yourself or get your own SQL Server. So if you already downloaded, So what you can do, um, we can start from here. Create database. Let's start it from here. Create database, and then how to drop it, how to how to create table, how to create constraint, null. So start from SQL database, create database, then go up, go from SQL home, then create these tables and execute these statements one by one. So once you finish all these by the end of uh, these website, like once you finish all these topics, you will be confident to run SQL and work on it.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Yeah. So I was talking about the evolution of data warehouse. So I think I brought this complex topic, so I'll not go into it further, but I will just quickly recap what I wanted to say is, uh, so we have all the sources that are coming from mobile devices or OLTP database or CRM application. So these are our source of truths. So traditional way was, we'll have a ETL tool in the middle. We'll use star schema concepts. We'll use those and write it into another database that we will call a data warehouse or OLAP system. And in the middle, ETL will be there. So ETL will connect to all these sources, OLTP database, files, CRM application, everything, and combine it. If- So we'll call it federation. So data will be federated and then write it into the data warehouse. So now what happened in the recent past 10 years, 8 years, what we have seen, data has exploded. So vast amounts of data is coming. So even from mobiles, everything. And even if you order from an online e-commerce, so that capability has improved a lot. Now you have quick commerce also. Like, we need everything fast. So what happened is, systems have changed a lot from the backend. So now for analytics, so instead of doing ETL transformation initially, so we have moved everything raw sources into data lake. That is cloud storage. It can be, you can call cloud storage. So there, what we are doing is, we are storing everything in raw format, and data scientists and ML engineers, they will connect to raw data using Python, pandas, APIs, and other APIs. They will do feature engineering, everything, and train those models and build their machine learning or data science, EDA, exploratory data analysis, or statistical analysis, or machine learning model will create it. So now what happened is, um relational databases have data warehouses, and data lakes also have data. So same data is copied two times. And why we are not just copying into the data warehouse? Because of the limitations of storage and limitations of processing, everything. But when you copy data into the cloud, it will be easier to consume. So the new um, shift is data lakehouse, where you will have everything in one tool. So like recently Nazmuddin, he talked about Fabric, right? So Fabric is Microsoft product. So what they are trying to do, they are trying to bring everything in one tool, where you can connect to all of the documents, Excel files, databases, data warehouses also you can connect and analyze it. And also, like Databricks and Snowflake, they also have these capabilities. So You might get an opportunity to work on these also, but for you as a data analyst, you will not be expected to do all these designs, to do a lot of ETL, to do all this, but you should have an understanding how to write SQL statements and how to uh, write SQL statements for the requirements that we are getting. But now that is also getting automated through AI. Lot of things is getting automated. You can understand or write queries through Chat GPT also. But what is important is even Chat GPT can make mistakes. So for you to understand SQL topics that like normalization, denormalization, how I can work with relational data model, how I can work with dimensional data model. So if you know these concepts, you can you can easily learn and use these tools to write your queries in better way. Okay. So Nazmuddin, you can share your screen. We'll continue with Alteryx.
Okay, Shan, I will share my screen.
Yeah. Um,
Hello.
Can you see my screenshot by?
Hello.
yeah,
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Okay.
it is coming up. Wait
Hello.
one second. It's coming up.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. So here
Hello.
you see Alteryx, right? So Alteryx is a uh, lightweight ETL tool. Okay. So
Okay.
it's easy to use, very user friendly. You don't learning curve is very less. So like to develop ETL tool quickly, you can develop ETL pipeline using Alteryx. And in the top right side, you see the search button, right? Okay.
Operator. Yes, Shad by.
Top right side of the tool, if you go to search, yeah, you can type
Okay.
input or output, whatever tool you want to search, you can quickly search and get it. And also on the top menu, you have file, edit, view, options, add-on, and help. So if you go to help menu, and you can see some sample workflows there. Okay, if you go to sample workflows, so here you can see learn one tool at a time. So here you can learn
Okay.
what will input tool do, how data preparation tool will work, how join will work, how parse will work. So these are nothing but SQL uh, queries in other words, your SQL has been combined into a tool. So if you know SQL well, you can easily work with this tool. So that's why learning SQL is the base. So once you learn SQL very well, you can simultaneously explore this tool also. But learning SQL will help you a lot learning this tool faster, and also uh, the ETL concept. So now one thing is learning SQL, one thing is learning tool, and one thing is building ETL pipeline using our SQL, whatever we have learned, and this tool. Some features of this tool are little different, and final output. What do we want? Let's say we want to create a fact table. Okay. So now drag input tool, uh, drag input tool into this canvas.
Okay.
Okay. So once you drag input tool, left side you see all the configuration, how to connect to file,
Department
how
by.
to connect to databases. Okay. So now just click on set up
Okay.
a connection. Okay. So
Server.
here, click on data sources.
Microsoft SQL Server.
Yeah. So here you can connect to lot of data sources. SQL Server, Adobe Analytics, Azure, Redshift, S3.
Microsoft.
You can scroll down. Scroll down. There's
There are
a
so
lot of
many.
list. Yeah. Okay. Is a huge list we have. Now let's say we want to connect to SQL Server. Okay. So click on Quick Connect. Okay. Mm. And here, mm, driver name. Okay, let's do cancel this. Okay, it's displaying here, right? Okay.
Hmm.
Select ODBC driver 17. ODBC driver 17.
All division. Okay.
Yeah.
And SQL Server name.
Yeah. Name
Okay.
your
Let me
SQL
check.
Server name.
So I need to save.
And okay, yeah, save it. What is the database? Add the database also.
Okay. Wait.
It will work anyhow, but just add it. Without database also it will work.
Connect credentials.
Hmm. Credentials is where is the credential? Create credential. Okay, once you save, it will ask, I think. Give the username and
Okay.
password.
Credential name. Do I need to do anything?
Just give any SQL
Or
Server connection.
the
Just say SQL Server connect.
I'm using system. Do I need to check this box? Allow connection for SDK.
No need. Do a test connection. At the top, you have test connection. Test, test, test.
Test connection.
It
Connection
should be
test.
successful.
So
Uh,
completed.
so see, we have
Okay.
connected to database from Alteryx. Now create and link. Click on
And
create and
link.
link. Yeah.
Okay.
Now
Now I
click
need to
connect.
connect.
Yeah. So we have connected to SQL Server database. So as soon as we connect this, a box will open up. It will ask you, or like how you want to create. How what should be our input? We have to define. So Visual Builder. So this will be slower. So these are options for basic users, like those who are not familiar with much SQL. So you can use basic builder, just keep expanding these table names and select it. But if you are an advanced SQL user, you can directly go to SQL editor where you can write select star from this table name and just you
Okay.
can select it. Or if
Visual
you want
query.
to, yeah, yeah,
SQL editor.
yeah. So you can write select star from my db dot dbo dot something and your fact table name. So already I think we have selected database, right? So you just use the table name, fact table name or customer, any
Okay.
table name. Yeah. So you can see our query has no issues. So we
Okay.
connected this. Similarly, you can connect to files. You can drop input data here. One more input data, you can drop one more input data
Okay.
into the canvas. Okay. Now go to just put it below this input data tool, one after the other. Both should display in one screen.
Sure.
Okay. Now go to set up a connection. Click on set up a connection. No, don't use SQL Server. Use another
Okay.
source, file source.
File source.
Click on Microsoft Excel. Yeah. And connect any sample file. Or you can create one dummy file and connect to it for the purpose. So, okay. Yeah. So once you connect to a file source, it will ask you which sheet you want to select. By default, if you want to select certain sheet, you can select it. But there are scenarios
Okay.
where we want to dynamically select the sheet, not now. We want to dynamically select the sheet later on, then we can use this option, select a range or select a name range. Or we can just import sheet names, then loop it again
Okay.
later uh, in the later uh, steps of the workflow. So these are the options. So this is the basic option. Select one sheet. Press OK.
Okay.
Okay. So now we have connected to the input data. Now on the top right side, you have run button. Just click the run button.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see this too has run successfully. So in the input tool, after the input tool, you see small anchor, right? Just click on that anchor in the same
Okay.
canvas itself, in the canvas. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So when you hit that anchor, you will be able to see the output of that input tool. So whatever it has picked from the file, you can see it here.
Okay.
Okay. So same thing. If you go to the other tool, first tool, input tool in the canvas, you can select the anchor of the tool also that brings data from SQL Server. Yeah. So this is the data we had inserted at the start of our session into the database. Now we are pulling it into the Alteryx. So same way, uh, we will continue this pipeline. So now you have one more tool called select. So before explaining this in detail, so let me explain you what are the ETL concepts we have. Okay, so you can stop sharing, Nazmuddin. I'll share first.
Okay.
Can you see my screen? Can you all see my screen?
Yeah, sure. Then
Okay,
we can
sure.
see your screen.
Okay. So in ETL, we'll have this input data. So input data is not just SQL Server. It can come from one SQL Server, one from Oracle, one from file. Okay. So then we will join all these, combine all these. So to combine all these, so we might have a common join condition, right? So across the organization, we will have one same ID value, that is a grain value that we can join all of them stitched together. So this part we'll call this transformation. Okay. So after transformation, we might have multiple logics like apply, aggregation, or if there are null values, how to handle those null values. If there are empty values, what do we have to do? And if I want to create a calculation, what are the calculations I need to create? So this part is transformation. Okay. So this is extract. This part is transformation. And finally, after after all these transformations are completed, so we might have a lot of transformations based on the business rules what we have. So finally, we will again load it into the database. So that database can be SQL Server, again, is, different database in the same SQL Server instance. Okay. So this is a transformation, and this is load. So this is extract. And the middle layer, that what we are doing is transformation. And here we are again finally loading into the database load. So here we'll define the load. Okay. So now share your screen, Nazmuddin. So we'll write it into a SQL Server.
Okay, sure. So I need to share my screen on SQL Server.
Mm, Yeah, share your screen and open Aldrich. What we will do, we'll write the data into the SQL Server.
Okay, sure.
Okay, open Aldrich. Okay. So where is the other source you have? We had two input tools, right? Where is the other one?
I think another one. Can we select the
Okay, you can add it.
other one from also?
Yeah,
Other
add it.
one
Add
also from
one more
SQL.
input tool. No, no, put it a file. Put it as a file.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, okay. Do one thing. Use SQL. Use SQL Server.
Hmm.
Select fact. Fact table or any other. Okay. No, no, no. Don't do it this way. You need to select all of them. So go to SQL editor and select all the
Okay,
fields. Don't use Visual Builder. Okay. Anyhow, it brought all of them. Okay. Now drag a select tool after each of these input tools.
select.
Yeah. Yeah. So only one input tool will have one select, and another input tool will have another select. So drag one more in select tool below that input. Yeah. So now you can see, if you just click on the select tool and we'll see its configuration. Okay, so here
Okay.
you can see what are all the columns we have in the table and what are their data types and what are their sizes. So if you want to change the data types, we can change it here. And also we can rename the columns here also. You can see one, two, three, fourth column, we have a rename option,
Yes.
right? Here you can type a different name if you are not, if it does not fulfill your need. So now you can use join tool, drag join tool. And one more thing, on the just below the file menu, you have these favorites, right? So the
Yes.
most used tools will be uh, tagged as favorite here. So you can quickly drag and drop here in the canvas. So all
Okay.
these star mark are like we are
Fair.
using these tools, most of them. That's why it's marked as favorite. So we can remove it, add another tool also if we don't want this. But these are the most tools used across this Alteryx platform. So you can drag join tool into the canvas. Okay. Yeah, put it in the middle. Now join tool takes one left input from the left table. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
drag it and join it in the left side, and one input from the right side. Now we need to define what to join, what field to join. So what are the common fields between both of them, both of the tables that we need to join?
Cus-
So customer
Customer
ID
ID.
of customer table join with fact ID of fact table. Okay. Yusuf, this concept will be helpful for you also learning SQL. So, like in a way, we are doing SQL in graphical user interface format. Okay. So, in a way, we are doing SQL exercise in graphical user interface format. You are able to see it like how we are joining two data. So, same way in SQL, you can write in the code, select this table, join on this table, on which field to join, the customer ID. So that is how same thing defined in the code. So everything is linked with SQL. So if you know that well, even this will help you, or uh, by looking at this, you can just refer back to the SQL also. Now we have joined both
Okay.
of them. Now what it says, no fields or different number of fields selected for join. Why? Because already, okay, we already selected it. Okay, hit somewhere at the white area in the canvas.
Okay.
Okay, so the error will go away. Now you can just run this workflow from the top right side. Okay, so now go to join tools anchor and click one by one from L output what we have. Okay, so there is no left join here. L means whatever joining
Left.
from the left only, and J J output. Yeah, click the J output. Yeah, and click the R output. Yeah. So that means we have values in both the tables that are joining together. Okay, but uh, in Alteryx, left join is different uh, from left join what we do in SQL, because if you want to do a left join, then you need to use union tool again after join. Okay, so
Okay.
that will a little advanced topic, so I will not bring it now. So let's say we join the data. Now drag a select statement to the J output of join tool.
There is no duplicate option, Shadbhai, like here.
What option?
Duplicate.
Yeah, we have all those. Drag a select tool.
Right.
Okay, you drag it, right? Then drag an output data tool. Okay, so before output data, okay, okay, let's configure our output. Click on setup a connection
So
and
I
click on
can
your
save it
SQL
as a
Server
SQL.
connection. You already saved it. Go to recent on the left side on the top here, top recent. Yeah, select your SQL Server. Okay, now here you can give table name. So you can type dbo dot reporting table, reporting underscore table. Okay.
Okay.
Now before output data tool, drag summarize tool. It is in the canvas above. Drag summarize tool. Okay, put it up. Yeah. Once we keep it here, now uh, select customer ID already selected. Come to the second section. Click on add in the left side. Yeah, left side. Click on this add sum or count order ID. Yeah, in the you can select it. No problem. Okay, just add randomly add these, but it doesn't make sense of summing up the customer ID. Okay, customer ID count is good. Okay, now run this workflow. Just hit run. Okay, so our output data is written in SQL database. Now go to your SQL database now and query our table, whatever output data table we have written, right? Select star from reporting table. No, it will come. It will already write. No need to refresh. Reporting underscore table. Yeah, here you can see here. Okay, just query it. Here you can see
Sum of customer ID.
we have. Yeah. So anyhow, this doesn't make sense having sum of customer ID, but count makes sense. So just we have seen how to transform data, how to connect sources and do joining data and transform and finally writing into the database itself. So this will be our reporting table. So in the real time scenario, what you have to do, you might have to connect to two or three database, one file and join it and then write calculations and finally write it into the table. So on top of that final table, we'll create dashboards or visualizations, whatever it may be. So, okay, you can stop sharing, Smutin. I will share. So we have seen extract, transform and load. So in extract, transform, and load, we have three types of ETL. Okay, one is overwrite. We'll say full load. Okay, so that means every day we will overwrite the data. Second is incremental load. So that means we are only appending new data. Okay, and third scenario is upsert or merge. So here what we will do, let's say changes happening in the source database, like people are deleting it and inserting the new records or updating it. Let's say updates happening on the source side. So let's say we already inserted